Good morning, good people. This is Kyra. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today's video, I am going to talk to you all about different ways you can save when you're going shopping, back to school shopping for your kids. So I took a few notes as I'm trying to be organized, and I wanted to talk to you all about how to save not only on uniform and clothing, but also on uniforms and clothing, but also on like school supplies. So first thing that you should do when you of course, going back to school shopping is to actually do inventory of what's in your house. First of all, look at what's needed. So if you have like a supply list for school, because I know previously my son had the school he used to go to, he was back at home in Chicago, they had a supply list. So every parent would provide the same thing to basically contribute to the classroom, so that the teachers wouldn't have to buy the supplies that we would have. Like, you could buy a box, and that would save the hassle of going to the actual store and getting things, or you could just buy things off of the list. I found that it actually was cheaper to buy things off the list versus buying a box, so whatever. So look at your list and see what you have in the house already. So if you have pencils that aren't used that you bought last year, if you have glue sticks that you bought last year that aren't completely used or that are brand new, you don't have to go back to the store and buy that new. Especially if you have, like, let's say you have 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Let's just say that, and that's something that's on your list. You don't have to take that. I mean, you don't have to purchase that again, because you already have enough to last this school year, hopefully, depending on the way your school system or your school itself is set up when it comes to actually purchasing the school supplies. And I know some schools already supply those school supplies to the students and the teachers, so you may not have to purchase any school supplies. But first, what you want to do is actually look and see what you have available on hand. I have a gang of pencils because I sketch. So I know that my son is set for pencils. Like, I'm always buying pencils. So it's no need. Like, I literally was at my desk and I'm like, there's no reason I have 24 pencils at my desk. I'm pretty sure that's how many pencils I have in my pen holder. Yes, that's the problem. So that's one. And then not only with the school supplies, you also want to look at what you have for uniforms. So if you have uniforms, my son, of course, my son wears uniforms, and there are some shirts that was a little bit bigger on him last year that I know he's still growing into. So if I have shirts that color, I don't necessarily have to buy new shirts that color unless they're just completely messed up, and they're not. So I don't have to buy new shirts that color because white, because he has shirts already that he's still growing into, that's not too big, but it's not too small. There's a couple shirts that are a little small, so of course I have to give that away. But that is basically like doing inventory in your own home, so that you can try and see what can you mark off your list that you don't have to buy this year. That's one thing that I would definitely say to try and do to save some money. Even your pants, gym shoes, all of that. Just try to see what you have. I can't say that enough clearly. Secondly, I would definitely say to shop online. I can't tell you where to shop because everyone have their own taste. I actually bought a bunch of my son's uniforms. I bought them online. The shirts were $4 each. Everything was buy one get one free, and then everything, like most of the stuff was like 16 to 60% off. So, and I know that Old Navy still has, if your school has a buyback program, going back to his old school, because they're pretty good school, they had it where anyone who had older, maybe kids growing out, as they get older, of course you grow out of your clothes. So if you had clothing that you didn't need, you could donate it to the school, and then parents could purchase those donated uniforms. I can't talk for some reason, it's just not working right. So at my son's old school, they had a program where you could donate any like softly used uniforms from either older kids or whatever you wasn't used, you could donate it to the school, and then parents could come in and actually purchase them. So it's like a uniform thrift store in a sense. So, and all of those proceeds actually went back to the school. So if your school is like that, where you can donate clothes, or you have or they have like a uniform swap program, check that out. And if they don't have it, maybe you can suggest it to the school so that to help other parents and yourself eventually at some point. So have kind of like that buyback program, or even a uniform swap program, because I know my son, his old school, they had it where you could donate softly used clothes, and then parents were able to come in and purchase uniforms if they wanted to. And it was always like when there were events for parents, more specific, like they would announce the events, and then if it was like parents that were on like the teacher parent conference and stuff like that, you'd be a part of that, and then all of the funds went to the school. The third thing I'm going to say is and this is not just for the school supplies. This is also for uniforms. One thing that you definitely should do is write a list. Like, write a list. I struggle with writing lists to buy stuff, but writing a list is very important because you know exactly what you need, and try not to divert from that list. So stay on that list. Don't trail off and start buying other stuff until you have everything that you need for your child. So if you like, okay, I need 5 pairs of pants, make 5 pairs of pants. I need 2 skirts. I need 3 blue shirts. I need 2 red shirts. I need khakis. Like, write it down. And even if you are whether you're going online shopping or you are going to the physical store to go shopping, write a list so you can stick to it. And actually, I would also say, not just write a list, but actually write a dollar amount of what you want to pay for more specifically uniforms, and even with regular clothes, because you may have I feel like with regular clothes you buy more because you want to have more of a variety, but more specifically to uniforms, it's kind of like, do I need 30 pairs of the same pants? No, I need maybe 7 to 10 possibly. And not even. The next tip I'm going to say is go to the thrift store. I'm pretty sure everybody has done this, and I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with going to the thrift store to buy school clothes. I found these pants at a thrift store for my son. They were about $5. Yeah, they were $4.99. These, because as long as they're blue, he can wear them. And then I bought this top it was about 75 cents. So 75 cents for a uniform shirt. So definitely, I would definitely say check out the thrift store, and not to just check out the thrift store when it's closer to the time for the new school year, because of course everyone's going there at that time. But when you go to the thrift store throughout the year, if your child is going to a school that has a uniform and you know this, then I would say definitely on half off days, to try and get those items where everything is half off. Like the Goodwill have, like every other Saturday they have half off. Everything in the store is half off. So, and if you have Savers or Unique Store on Mondays, everything in the store is half off. So if you have those, granted, you will have to kind of remember this throughout the year, but when you go to the store, that's something that you can think about. Like, okay, my child is going to be going to school next year, let me get the uniform, if they're going to school that has uniforms. And the reason I say this is because when they sell uniforms close to the time of the school year, they are never on sale. Like, it's not on half off, because nothing that is seasonal, whatever is in season at that time, is never half off. It's not included in the sales. So you're going to be paying the regular price versus me paying $1.50 for this shirt. This is $1.49. I paid 75 cents because it's not technically that time for them to actually be selling the uniforms, right? So I would definitely say try not to wait until the last minute. And then at the same time, when you wait, try not to wait until the last minute, because that's when another thing that you want to do is shop online. And not just shop online, but you can use Honey, you can use Retail Me Not, you can use Rakuten, aka Ebates, if you're still familiar with Ebates and still using Ebates. It's now Rakuten. I would definitely say try those as extensions on your computer or laptop, because they also give you coupons and they cut prices for you, so you can the actual school supplies. I would definitely say after school starts, just like any other time. Any, like holidays, after the holiday, after school starts. This is like a holiday season for parents and kids, I guess. I don't know. But after school starts, I would definitely say to look at the school supplies that are still available at Walmart, and indie store. And because a lot of times those school supplies are on sale, because they're not really going to sell like hotcakes the way that they would have, given that everybody's trying to buy everything at the same time. So what's left over will be marked down even more. So I would say try and check the stores, your local stores and sales and things like that, and make sure when you get the sales and newspaper sales and stuff like that, make sure you hold on to those, because that's where you're gonna find out. Check Amazon, check Walmart. I would say buy online, because those sales that are in the store are more than likely online, and then when you're online you can also get more money back with Ebates, Rakuten, Honey, and Retail Me Not. Something else that you can do, that I do, is frequent the dollar store, the 99-cent store, because of course everything is $1.99. So when it comes to your school supplies, if you find that like you're low on things, my son is not really low on anything. He has his binder that he needs for the year. When it comes time, I need a binder, I might go to the dollar store, the 99-cent store, or Dollar Tree. And I also Dollar Tree, I might go to the 99-cent store or Dollar Tree when he needs one. But only thing he really needs are pens. He has crayons, he has his markers are intact, his crayons are intact. He has a gang of pencils, like I mentioned earlier. The only thing he may need is maybe some erasers, and then a pencil sharpener, which I'm more than likely am going to get another one, because I have about 3. So he doesn't really need a pencil sharpener either, because I have pencil sharpeners. He can have them, at least one of them. You can also, if you know if there is a Five Below close to you, you can also go to Five Below for school supplies as well. Okay, and then like the last thing that I got my son's shoes from Burlington. And the reason why is because my son is, although he loves shoes, he's also pretty rough with them. So knowing that he's going to be out playing in the playground, playing in the park, I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. Like, I know people that spend like $80 on Jordans for the kids that are like 5, and it's like, why? So that my son is rough, and he is not the type of kid that's gonna be like, let me take care of my shoes, oh my goodness, you know, like, that's not him. He's playing, he's enjoying himself, he's not gonna worry about his gym shoes. I went to Burlington and I got him some nice shoes. I got him some Adidas for about $29.99. When it comes to another thing about the uniforms, if your school has a program where you can sign your child up to get free uniforms, do it. Especially if it's something that, you know, it's a program they sign up in partnership with people. I know my son's school had it last year. I don't know if they're going to have it this year, but they had it where they would give the students 2 uniforms and a pair of shoes, socks, and underwear. So, and I signed up for it because I was actually really kind of in limbo trying to get these uniforms and moving. It was a lot of stuff going on at that time. So I did sign up for it, and he did get uniforms. He still has, he got shorts, but he still have those shorts. He hasn't grown out of them completely yet. So I'm holding on to that. And also his shirts, he hasn't grown out of those shirts. Those are the shirts I mentioned earlier. So if your school does have programs where you can get a free uniform or something like that, make sure you sign up, or even inquire about it, because sometimes schools may have it and they just don't tell certain people, or you may not know about it, or you may miss the information. So check with your school to see if they have anything like that. And then when it comes to the last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is buying shoes. I definitely have to buy my son some more shoes. I purchased his shoes from Burlington. So I got these Adidas. I got them from Burlington, and they were $29.99. And then I got these Nautica shoes, cute little boat shoes. I got these from Burlington as well for $19.99. And the reason why, like, I know people that get shoes for their kids and it's like $80 for like someone that's in kindergarten, and I'm like, why? They're gonna grow out of them, one, and then they might destroy them. My son, not saying he destroys his shoes, but he doesn't really take care of his shoes like an older kid would. So I get him something from Burlington because I don't mind it. I honestly would probably get him something from Burlington when he's older too. No, I get my shoes from Burlington. But anyway, I digress, okay? But I get his shoes because I just don't feel comfortable spending a whole lot of money on shoes that he's going to grow out of, and that more than likely I'm going to donate. I don't want to, and I'm not like a name brand person where I'm chasing brands. I don't really care. If that's something, if you are someone who enjoys buying higher end shoes, go for it. I'm not one of those people. So I did get my son some shoes for two pairs of shoes for $50. So he has some more like dressier shoes where he can wear on the days that he's more than likely when we start getting cooler out. He can't go outside. He can wear those. And then these when he can go out and play in the park. So he has some Adidas and he has some Nautica shoes. That is it though. That's all I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about school stuff, but I felt like I should share with you guys some ideas because I actually didn't get a lot of outside of just kind of getting him some regular clothes, street clothing. I didn't spend too much money on his school clothing, shoes, and like school supplies because I did inventory. I shopped sales. I shopped, and when I was using Old Navy, I definitely did do Ebates and Walmart as well. I shopped online, so a lot of stuff I was getting money back and all of that jazz. So that is pretty much it for this video. I know it's slightly rambly, which is probably going to be most of my videos. I'm just saying. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this video to this point and you have not subscribed, please do so you can enjoy more videos about finance, family, and other fun stuff on my channel. Check out my blog. I have not been telling you guys this, but I do have a blog. It's called Chasing Mom's Wallet. I haven't posted in a while. I'm working on some more content for that as well. So make sure you go check that out. I'm going to link it in the description box below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or you have any tips that I missed or maybe you feel like will be helpful to me in the community, please make sure you drop it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share with everybody you know. Okay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.